and commercial real
Needs.
estate needs.
That's right.
There you go. See, even Kim is wearing the kisses.
Yeah, exactly.
you know.
Like, yeah.
See. Well, see, I'm about to get to the fly guy and the fly girl. See, so
Right, see, look at
see.
that.
So we got to acknowledge our alter egos. I am the fly guy, and we have the fly girls in the house. Of course,
right.
I am. Don't call it a comeback because I've been fly. You know, we got fly money over here on the right, and in the back, they're keeping us all. Neat and tidy is the third is the second fly girl,
right.
and that is Kim, aka This Shit's Flies. So what's up, Kim?
Hey, what's up?
See, she's getting louder every week. I like this.
I know, right? She's coming alive.
We got Taylor over there on the knobs and faders. What's up, Taylor?
Taylor. Hey.
So now that we've gotten the housekeeping out of the way,
yes,
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody up front. What are we drinking? We are drinking. It is all I know is right now is that it's red.
Right.
It is. So Kim is hooking me up here with.
So let me share with y'all today. I ended up having I got to give a shout out. So today, when I was driving, I went from Fort Worth to Richardson and to Bedford. So I feel like I've been around the Metroplex today. And while I was doing that, my car was telling me that my air was going down. And I was like, okay, I'm a girl. I'm like, I'll get to it. And then when I got to the next spot, it was down even further. So when I got to Richardson and I went out to go to my next spot, it said 9 PSI. I was like, oh, I had to look back there. I was like, so I had to go straight to NTB. And I was in Richardson, so I went to NTB in Richardson, and Jonathan there was amazing. He
we got to give a shout out to Jonathan.
Got to give a shout out to Jonathan. He hooked me up and made sure I got on the road, and I'm not sure that you guys would get it for free, but he didn't even charge me.
Nice. See that's that fly girl hookup. See,
I know, right? That was 4 winks and a smile. Now, see that?
See what you can get yours done for. So anyway, we are enjoying Paso Robles. It is a Cabernet Sauvignon, and this particular one actually is quite old, actually. So we had some last weekend
before your time.
Well, see, see, I dropped my guard for a second. See, every week is Taylor. She got me. I dropped my guard, and she got me with the old joke. See, so that's all right though. I'm still standing. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and share it really quickly. For those of you that may not know, y'all seen the podcast before. I cut about a foot of hair off my head, so now it's only here.
Right.
So I am feeling that much lighter.
That's right. That much lighter. You can do some stuff now.
Yeah. And you got your hair done yesterday. I got my hair done yesterday.
That's
so
right.
we are
fresh.
We got fresh.
Fresh new look. Fresh new look.
Exciting. All of a sudden, Cool in the Gang pops into my head. So
right.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce our guest that was gracious enough to.
I had to beg her to get here. No. I looked at her eyes. I'm like, will you please come? Did I not?
You did. But I was coming anyway.
Okay. So I have Miss Misha Miller here, and she is a woman of many jobs like I am. She is also
Jamaican woman.
Yeah.
I think she might be a little Jamaican.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about relationships today, but she also is a real estate agent and a lender as well. So she has her shirt on.
And she's going to be, and we'll mention you're going to be doing your own podcast, right?
And she's going to be doing her own podcast. And so this is kind of like a warm-up session. I mean, you're already familiar. Now, are you going to do yours live or?
I am not. I'm going to be recording because I don't have staff like you all.
Oh, okay.
You don't have the producer. This shit's fly. So
right. Yeah, I'm not going to be. I'm going to have my fly on reserve.
Okay, it's coming.
It's coming.
But this is your first live podcast.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, and what's it going to be called?
So this podcast is going to be called Passion to Purpose.
I think I'm going
to bring her mic.
Am I not? Okay. It's called Passion to Purpose, and I will be speaking with entrepreneurs, side hustlers, and those that are leading movements that are passion aligned. So they have gotten to their purpose by way of their passion. Instead of spending time on trying to figure out what your purpose is, if you spend time figuring out what you're passionate about, you'll be where you're supposed to be.
I saw this thing, and it says, if you spend more time building relationships than trying to have followers, then you'll naturally get what you're looking for.
Right.
And so I think people who are passionate about it, they're definitely looking to build relationships, and that speaks volumes, you know.
So anyway, Misha, welcome. Thank you for coming. And so I guess since we're going to talk about relationships, who wants to kick this off?
Well, I think that we'll let her kick it off.
Yeah.
Because
okay. Well, I'll mention my other passion project, Passion Aligned, is called Bridging Black Love, and
that's what it was. Yes.
We create spaces for Black men and Black women to talk about relationships in a constructive manner. It is not very organized right now. We're looking at running it one time per month.
Okay.
And so look for that. That'll be coming soon. But we do have a YouTube currently.
Okay, that's excellent. So Bridging Black Loves, and so to talk about obviously topics that are going to help build those relationships, make them stronger. So what I guess the times that you guys have done it, what was the topic or what was kind of most common in those groups? You know, what is the commonality as far whether it be an issue or a positive?
So I think we've talked about a whole plethora of things. We've talked about polyamory. We've talked about cheating. We've talked about deal breakers. We've talked about, what people want, the dating situation and the current dating climate. And, and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. So all of it. So then, so we talked about, we were going to be talking about, the polygamy type thing and the monogamy, and so that even in the Black culture is up and coming. I don't even know that I want to say it's up and coming. I think now because of social media, you see it more, right? You still, drop your might be like, really? For me anyways, but for other people, it's like, oh, wow, that's the thing to do, but Dad and I were talking about it and he was telling us about, kingship and how that worked. And
well, I mean, first, we have to realize that what's acceptable in one culture may or may not be acceptable in another culture. As far as kingship goes, polygamy is part of true African kingship. But rule number one is that the first wife is the first wife, and she would choose and approve. She chooses and approves the rest of them. Number two,
that probably would keep confusion down, right? No.
Well, and
she has to say so.
And number two, the king has to provide for however many wives he has. You can't just, in true African kingship, you wouldn't have 3 wives and say, okay, y'all all go out and go to work now. I'll see y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't happen.
Right.
So, but and people try to practice polygamy by lying. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I would like to see come to an end, or at least minimized as much as possible, because it's lies and deceit that are the problem, not necessarily how many suitors you choose to have, because that's, I guess, an individual.
I like that word, suitors. So professional.
But that's
like a resume comes with that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Son, how many suitors have you had? This.
This is called Black-ish love. No,
but but how many? But it's the lies and deceit that, from where I sit, are more of the problem. And I guess so. You were talking about the dating landscape. From your perspective, what is the dating landscape?
And are you married, single?
I am something like married.
Something like
very committed in monogamous relationship
for
the last few years, but we've both been married before.
Okay.
So not in a rush. But we will get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have an interesting take on this, and I'd like to know how y'all take this, because
y'all dial in. We have a phone number. I don't know.
Taylor, what is our phone number?
777-9311.
That was a good one. And it was another old joke at the same time.
Exactly. We got to make sure we know.
I got it.
Exactly.
But so what is it? 214-717-4678. Again, 214-767
No, 717.
I'm sorry, 214-717-4678. Okay. And so yeah, y'all call in because we can put y'all, into the conversation. But from where I sit, I think that we well, let me get to the point. When Adam and Eve joined, physically as they became man and wife.
Right.
There was no ceremony.
Right.
So I believe that when a man and a woman choose to have sex, that is they become married, like you're saying. Now there's a difference in a wife and a bride. See, and so now
he's not trying to take away your
I'm not trying to take away anything, and I'm not trying to justify anything or anything,
right.
but stay with me because just like take baptism. Okay, when a person decides to get baptized, most churches won't allow you to just jump in the pool because jumping in the pool is a celebration
correct
of what has already taken place.
Correct.
In other words, you've been with the preacher, you've done the studies, you actually know what baptism is, and then you jump in the pool and celebrate it before the masses.
Right.
Well, if I have sex with someone that I consider that to be my wife, then we start to do the things to make that solid, and then we go out and have the wedding ceremony and celebrate what has already taken place. I believe that's my take on it. Because the New Testament says it proves the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? So if Adam and Eve were married without ceremony, then because from where I sit, and I'm sure that you with your husband, that if y'all split up right now,
I got a question for him now.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if you and your husband, if y'all were to split up, would it hurt any less because you have or hadn't had a ceremony?
No.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt any less. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all get you a gown and get you a gown. Tell your man, look, we's married.
So I have a question though. Is it premarital sex then if you are married as soon as you become one physically?
Is it premarital? No, because you're only sleeping with that person.
Okay.
Yeah. No. See, that's the thing. You're only sleeping with that person.
So it there's a lot of polygamous people.
Everybody's exactly.
So yeah.
From that standpoint,
but
there's a lot going on.
I believe that we put the cart before the horse, and that's why there is so much divorce, because everything that God created, if you believe that everything that God created is perfect, including marriage, then by right it shouldn't fail. It does because of what we're doing to it, not because of what it is.
Right.
So anyway, now y'all can call in and beat me up because that's my
yeah, everybody's married.
Y'all told me before anybody calls and beats me up, because at least that way. So here's to healthy relationships.
That's right. Healthy relationships. Cheers. Oh yeah, the one.
I did tell them. Oh yeah, see, Kim wasn't looking.
She wasn't paying attention.
It's Paso Robles, and it is a
and I've been sipping on it. I like it. No.
Yes.
So and how you look at it, Dad, as far as having that soul tie, essentially.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
What it is. And so but for some people though, I mean, and I don't know, I mean, for women it's definitely more of that. For the men, maybe not so much. So how many men are out there that are saying, you know what, I'm not going to have sex because the next time I have sex, I wanted to be with my wife. How many of those men are out there? Look,
I'm just saying that
the phone is not ringing. I just want to know: is there a such thing as a guy out there or a person, that says, you know what, I'm not gonna have sex until I am, that person's gonna be my person forever, amen.
Well, now, you know that I was with someone for a while, and that person will remain nameless, and so I'm speaking from just candidly the experiences the recent experience. It wouldn't hurt any less or any more had we had a ceremony.
A breakup was a breakup.
And that I went through all the same things. I would have went through that ceremony or not. You know what I'm saying? So
So does the ceremony complicate it?
It does. Well,
Legally,
in some cases it does,
Right.
because and the Bible does say, render under God what is his, and under Caesar what is his. You know what I'm saying? That standing in front of a preacher is a contract that you go down and get a license, and you're forming a contract.
Right.
That's the legal part of it.
Right.
But the spiritual part of it is the joining.
Right.
You know, according to the Old Testament, the spiritual
Right.
part is the joining. The
Right.
contract part of it is going down and getting a license and getting in front of the preacher.
Right.
But that's two different parts. You know. So again, y'all can call in and beat me up if you want.
I just want to know that, you know, so then I tease when I say this, but is there so if you have sex and you're married, by what you're saying, so maybe the premarital part is smacking somebody on their booty. No, you know, that's the foreplay. Kim, you might as well get you a chair and sit right here, because them eyes that you're making. Right. Go to Red Lobster. That's cheddar biscuits.
Yeah,
yes.
you know what I'm saying? At least I gotta get the cheddar biscuit. You know what I'm saying? But
and they're going out of business, by the way.
So what is the landscape to you, though? Because I've been babbling what I think it is. What is the landscape to you?
Well, the dating landscape to me seems like a very one-sided, selfish pool of people who want to see how much they can get from the other person without giving up too much too soon.
I like that.
So not a lot of reciprocity, because everybody's waiting on the
I love that word, reciprocity. Yes. You know, I love that word.
That's right.
You know.
Everybody's waiting on the other person to give more before they give a little.
That's true. That's very true. They want to see what they can get, and it just doesn't really work out that way. You know, kind of what movie was that with the 80-20 rule, where the guy flew in and she had to drive? What movie?
Why did I get married?
Why did I
get married? Yeah. And so I don't know why the title just.
And the guy that messed up was calling it the 20-80 rule.
Yeah, the 20-80 rule. Yeah, but you know, that's something that's real. You know, you have that person. You know, going back to, you know, there's a lot of polygamy out there where there's not kingship. The women are working and the man is at home and are doing whatever, and it's just like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, no, and it doesn't, and I don't know why women put up with that. I know one that's putting up with it now, who will remain nameless, but I mean, she's a see, I wait, we're here. But yeah, I mean, but she's a hustler. She is a stone cold hustler. She's a Jamaican. She got 16 job Martin, and he's doing this or on TikTok all day. So I don't understand. But see, that's the other part of relationships, is that don't go into a relationship expecting to change someone. Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go into a relationship. Yeah. Instead of trying to change them, see if you can be with them or not, but don't try to change them, because that's a big part for me of why relationships fail too, because people try to change people.
Yeah. Just let them be who they are. If they're happy in their skin, let them rock. So
that selfishness you were talking about, do you think it's age? Do you think I don't
think it's age at all. I hear the same things. It may be said differently from different age ranges, and most of what I hear is just about me and I want my love language. This how if this person ain't doing this for me, or they're not making me feel this way, then it's not for me. But it's like, what are you?
Well,
what conditions are you setting for that?
That's something when you said you're not making me feel. And I want to address that for a second. I guess I'm talking more than I used to.
I know, but I love it.
But I want to address that for a second.
Because last week you didn't say nothing. You were sitting there.
I was sitting over here whittling it. But because I tell kids that when I speak to kids in schools and stuff, and I'll go into a classroom and I'll say, how many of you go around or say in the course of a day or in the course of a few days, he made me or she made me, and invariably 6 or 7 kids will raise their hand.
Right.
And I'll tell them, thank you for raising your hands, but now did they really make you?
Right.
Did they have a gun to your head? Was there some immediate circumstance that made you do what they wanted you to do? Did they really make you? And as my dad, as Grandpa Frio, my dad would say, 99 and 9/10% of the time, they didn't.
They did not.
And
forced
so
your hand.
what makes humans human is free will. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But as like Uncle Ben Parker told Peter Parker when he was, with great power comes Spider-Man. But he told him with great power comes great responsibility.
Correct.
The most powerful thing in the world is choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a gun, it's not a bomb, it's not any of that, because someone chose to make those. It's choice.
Mm-hmm.
But if everybody wants to be free to make choice, but nobody wants to be responsible for them when they go haywire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
the old
like the
action
Bible talking
reaction
about
thing.
many harvesters with few tillers of the soil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so in a relationship, in life period, we have to stop blaming, because we turn ourselves into victims.
Mm-hmm.
When we
Right.
say when we're waiting on someone to make us feel a certain way, that's not their job.
Right.
You know, every day I get up thankful that I am alive. I praise God that I am alive, and my
Right.
joy is comes from Him. Now,
That's right.
somebody might get on my nerves, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
then I'm not gonna let them steal my joy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And because it belongs to me. And so no one makes me happy. You know, the Lord makes me happy. No one makes me sad, because
Right.
that's a response. You're
Mhm.
responding to a circumstance. You know, if I'm mad, okay, but you responded to something.
Right. Exactly.
You know, so choose, take responsibility for your choices, because that's what empowers us
Mm-hmm.
as individuals. And then
Exactly.
when two empowered individuals come together, I think the chance for success is greater.
Exactly. I agree.
And I'm,
No, zip it, unzip it. But no, but Dad, I mean, going back to your question as far as just the different age ranges. I mean, with maturity, you start learning that one, happiness is a choice. It's a true choice
It
to
is.
be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then even with age comes understanding what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of people who don't understand what makes them happy. They're looking for other people to make them happy,
Right.
Yeah.
and to fulfill that, and that doesn't happen. And at the end of the day, I mean, just acknowledging who you are as a person, acknowledging who the other person is. I think a lot of people don't acknowledge what the other people is feeling, whatever that is, So then that's where the selfishness comes in at. So all that comes with age, I feel like immaturity,
Right.
I know you got it down now.
Well, yes. I had to work. I didn't hear her mic. I had to work on it. I had to chisel it away. But
Old joke.
see, and like I said, I dropped my guard, and she's y'all call in and tell her to leave me alone.
I
Do
know,
that.
right? How many old jokes I get in? I was 2, right?
I think we had 4 now.
Four? Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
4.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
You want to add any?
No. Now
But-
we be teaming up on them.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I don't know if I can take it.
I know, right? Don't
But-
be sensitive.
But
I'm right behind you, though.
yes, you are. Yes. See, it happens to the best of us,
I
huh?
know, right? Yeah.
So, and for y'all that don't know, I'm going to be 67 in a few days, actually.
Mhm.
And how old are you? Because we never talk about your age.
Yeah, we never talk about my age. So I am 49, and I will be 50 September 23rd. So
That's my partner's birthday. I was gonna say
Okay.
boyfriend.
okay. Well, then he's a good
Yes,
person.
yes, he is.
See, that's why she came. She's like, I love you.
That's right. Such a good person. You got that special birthday.
Mhm.
Yes.
But when
And she's September 23rd, too.
there you go. That's right. Yeah,
my birthday twin.
my daughter from another mother, Kim, over there. See,
Yes.
so, but you said that you didn't see, you saw it across age ranges,
Mhm.
and it's funny because I met someone and that it is, well, I won't mention ages, but she said the same thing.
Mhm.
She said that people 60, people 30, 50, people 40, it seemed like it seemed like the madness was spreading,
Mhm.
basically.
Sometimes
So-
it get worse.
Yeah. So I have a friend who I have several friends who are dating, but what took one of my friends back who's dating is that someone reached out as that the new thing about reaching out is in the DMs, right? Is that new or is that old? Do I sound? But I mean, I guess if a person shoots their shot through a message, if you don't respond, that they didn't lose nothing, So the new thing is obviously the DMs, but in the DMs, they started talking, and within 4 days, that person's like, "You are my person."
Mm.
So, why fix your face?
She's confused, just like
yeah,
me.
she's confused. And so I know Kim.
Oh, she's gonna put the phone so you can't see her face.
And so I don't know. So I saw this one guy, and he had said, ladies, like, if a man is texting you more than he's talking to you, know that there's no emotion behind a text. Learn that. So now, so what is the good balance? I think even, for people, how many texts should you receive? How many phone calls, and can you really decide that quickly in 4 days or, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day? I'm going down the other way. Like, how long before? They usually have people, you hear people say it was love at first sight. Does that exist? Is it love through the DMs? Is it love through the text?
What do you think, Misha?
I think it's a love of the ideal of the person at that point.
Love of the idea of the person, okay, of what that person is,
of that romance of what that person it could be, because you really don't know what the romance could be based on what you see. A lot of that, I think, is just very superficial, and people kind of measuring that other person against this list that they have and seeing where they fit.
Right,
or making them fit because they really don't know.
And see, and like on the opposite spectrum, I know I have someone who, she actually said it last week. She's gone through thousands, and not sexually, not sexually, but thousands.
She's been married a lot.
Yep.
But she's talked through to thousands of men through the DM, and so, but she's able to weed through them, weed out, so. So I do believe there is definitely detachment through text. And I think that's probably a big thing that probably needs to be out there is people realizing that a text is, it's just words. But if a person's really sitting in front of you saying, and I don't know, maybe there are those people out there who, can sit in front of your face and tell you the world, but then, that happens too. But, what's better in conversation and what's better in relationships?
What do you think?
I think I can speak for me. I do know some people who really don't like to talk on the phone, even women. But for me, I need to hear your voice at least once a day, if not a few times a day. It doesn't have to be 2-3 hours at a time.
So in a relationship, you have to talk to your person every day?
I have to talk to, if you're not getting to a relationship with me if you can't talk to me every day.
Every day.
We're practicing for a relationship. Right. So how are we practicing if you can't even hold a 45-minute phone conversation? A text is to sustain the connection. Right. The call and the voice and the face-to-face is to create the connection. So if we not create no connection, I'm not connected to you. Your number might not be saved.
That you have to call who it is. But like I talked to you 2 days ago. You should have called me yesterday.
This what you sound like?
That's my cancellation policy. You ain't called me in 2 days. We cancel.
Policy canceled.
Right. Well,
membership canceled.
And that's true. I mean, look, she's like, yes. So, and I have heard, that some people say, well, I may not have to talk to you every day if we've established that we're going to talk on this day. Or, is it too hard to say, good morning? And I don't know. In my mind, I feel like when guys are dating, no shade to the guys, but I feel like in the morning, they probably, if they have an Android device, you can actually go into your Android. No, it's not even copy and paste. You can go in and schedule your text message. You cannot do it with the iPhone, but on the Android, you can go in and schedule your text at what times. So there could be that person out there that is very skilled and basically has set up their calendar for good morning. How you doing? Did you know that, Taylor? See, now look at you. Step your game up now.
Taylor's over there taking notes.
Okay, it's all good. Okay,
it's all good.
Yeah. And I know people who play.
Yeah. That way you can let your partner know, hey, I love you. I'm thinking about you. But if a person is, out there trying to find multitask, you can set a calendar. And look, I'm helping somebody else out there. I know, but you can go into your text and set when you want your text to go out. So if you want to send the same text, good morning, babe, good morning, beautiful, to 5 people, or good morning, sir, good morning, handsome, you can do that. It'll all go out. Or you can stair step them so you can respond at different times.
Yeah, people who do that with the text, they're game players, in my opinion, because you don't want to establish any routine, because when something is off, you don't want anyone to know that it's off. So if I don't call you today, it's no big deal, because I don't call you every day. If I'm just texting you back, that's what I do all the time.
Yeah,
so,
and the other thing, text allows you to do it allows you to prolong showing your real self. It'll because once you start speaking to someone, then you have to start more or less declaring who you are. You can be general in the text when you start speaking.
People get married through text. You know that they set up the hookup through a text, and by your definition of marriage.
That was my definition.
I'm like, Nick, let me make this perfectly clear. That was not my definition.
So people set up sex in the DMs via text, and they hook up.
Okay, but that's
virtual. Oh,
virtual.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. There's virtual sex too. Have you heard about that?
that would be. I can't even respond. I'm like, what the son of a. No.
Virtual marriage.
Yeah. So that well,
I know, right? A virtual marriage. Yeah, we had sex over the camera.
That's right. Over the the ones and zeros and
yeah.
You're mine now. No.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So you how long have you been with your husband?
We have been together 4 years.
4 years. And so how are y'all keeping it together? Give people some advice.
That's fairly new.
So when we first started, we were not necessarily on the same page with the call versus the text thing, but that got ironed out pretty quickly.
I guess, or
you must call.
At of cancellation.
Yeah. Exactly.
We got to cancel for a minute, but no, I think with the two of us, we've really figured each other out and listened a lot more than speaking when it comes to like our needs and our wants, and we both really work hard to make the other person feel good, to do things for the other person. We're always not necessarily consciously trying to outdo each other, but like I want to make sure he's taken care of, and he makes sure I'm taken care of. So there's really no void because we're both on the same page with equally, doing that. And there's some days when it's not equal, and I'm not looking for
right.
But y'all did hear that, right? Is that they're taking care of each other.
So certain days it's 20-80, some days it's 80-20.
Yeah. No. And for anyone that may not have seen the movie, the 80-20 rule, that was the first time I heard it was in the movie, but the 80-20 rule, but it's true. And you're only going to get what you want from a person 80% of the time at best. At best. That 20%, you should have, unless you're Christ and you're perfect, you should be able to make some allowances for that 20%. And that's really because no one is really perfect at the end of the day, and there are a lot of people that do throw away the 80 for a flashy 20.
Yeah, for a flashy 20 that may not do laundry, may not cook.
What do you say? You don't cook, don't clean, just don't.
I know, right? But how they get the ring?
They just get married very well.
Yeah, they get married. Yeah. That's true.
See, and that's
and then you know how they got married? On site. Like, what you're here for? We married now. No.
That's right. That's right.
See, you had not heard that before, huh?
About married.
The consummation is being married.
I wish more of us thought that way.
That's true.
But no, I had not heard that before.
No, that's because at the end of the day, dogs run around and hump on each other. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they get a human leg.
Nice analogy.
On a clear day, they might get a human leg. But but dogs run around and hump on, animals run around and hump on each other. And we're supposed to be a higher form of life. So, we're
able to make choices.
We're able to make choices. Yeah. And I told someone this yesterday because I've said this on the podcast before. I have a pretty healthy sex drive, but I can it belongs to me. I don't belong to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and having that understanding helps me to keep things in perspective. Because if you're in from where I sit, if you're in one of these relationships, and this eye candy comes by, if it's just the eye candy that you've never seen before, you've never seen that color, you've never seen that shape, and it's like, oh wow, that's supposed to send you home. It's not supposed to send you chasing the candy.
Right. Yeah.
It's supposed to, because you have a store at home. So
that's true.
And
then one of the things that I came across this other post where a person was saying that, now like all the women are starting to look the same, because they say, all the women have the wigs with the baby hair, no shade, no shade to those who wear it, and the lashes. Like all the women are starting to look the same. So when the guys were saying, "Hey, I wouldn't choose any of you women because you guys all look the same," hair, the nails, the eyelashes, the body,
Yeah.
And so that particular guy, I have to send it to you, Kim. He was just like, he's like, I wouldn't be caught with any of you women, and so something to be said about maybe being an individual, and maybe that is something that people lose, in trying to look like other people. Then they don't have their identity. They
lose a sense of identity.
Right, and then I think that causes a lot of women to be single when they don't have to. Hey,
hey, how's it going? Yeah, he said no. But we have.
But men get weaves now. I see a lot of men.
Men get weaves.
Do.
Well, this one didn't, but okay. You get one.
Yeah. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And men are getting Kim. He's trying to get your attention.
Well, my
Come
thing. Yeah, Sam.
Huh?
Yeah. Kim, don't be cruel. That was my best Elvis.
Huh? Okay.
So that was very profound though, that you guys not consciously, but might outdo each other a little bit in the reciprocity, and that I love that word, but because and for those listening, there's a difference in reciprocity and quid pro quo or tit for tat,
right?
Exactly. That's because don't do something. If you do something, if you give, and even the Bible talks about that don't give and then go around bragging about what you gave, because then you didn't give. You were bringing glory to yourself.
Exactly.
You weren't giving.
Just give.
Just give and
and
let the blessings come from where they're going to come from.
Right. Like today, I got my tire fixed for free.
For free. Then she said, "Well, how many winks and a smile?"
I
don't know. Don't worry, not. But but it was nice. I wasn't expecting it, and I was just nice to him, and he's like, I got you. So I think we all receive. We pay it for it. We all receive in different ways.
Yeah.
Right.
And so and what was really nice too is that I told him my son had a game, and he was like, "Hey, I got you. We're gonna get you in and out." And I was able to catch a little bit of my son's game before I had to come up here on 2 wheels.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. That was you doing the bat turn down there, huh?
that was me. That was me. So now we've been doing a whole lot of talking, and I just want to thank you again for coming and and definitely have us come on your show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would love to come on your show.
Black
Absolutely.
Love, Black relationships. I mean, we've been talking, and we don't want to leave anybody out. Love is love.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a conversation that that we have, and definitely a lot of people are opinion about it. A lot of people are looking for it, trying to fix it, trying to make it right.
Right.
Yeah. So if you had to if stranger, do you think the Gen X and the baby boomer and that you don't think that has anything to do with the issues that relationships are facing?
I really don't. The only time I see that come into play is social media. There's a heavier social media influence with my generation and the younger.
Yeah.
And some of the older people kind of use it to keep in touch with family and to establish authentic relationships, and other people use it as a dating pool. So I think there's some difference there.
Yeah.
When you talk about temptation and self-control, there's a lot more issues because you're seeing so much. There's so much coming in to you can swipe 3 times and you didn't see all kind of eye candy. So if you have no self-control, it's a bad place to be.
Facebook and a lot of these apps, they have dating down to a computer science, meaning they will tell you how long your relationship will be. They know because they look and say, okay, this person's this age, they're going to end up with this person. I mean, they have it all down, because people, when a person says, in a relationship, not a relationship. They're tracking that. They're looking at, okay, this person was 45, this person was 30, or this person was 60, this person was 20. I'm just teasing. Kim see that all the time. And and they track how long these relationships happen. They even know things that people buy when they're in relationships. So a lot of people think, oh, how they know that I was maybe thinking about buying some roses? Because all of it is tracked. The AI is real. They are able to track, even when someone's going to have a baby, they can track that. They know what a person, so they'll know what a person's going to start buying if they're having a baby.
Right.
They know what a person is buying, if they get in a relationship. If they've been in a relationship for 2 years, they're going to start sending you things that they know that other people who have been in a relationship for 2 years, just from that connection, even friendships. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And I just wish it was used a little more to heal and mend relationships and not just to sell you things. But
right,
but,
it's like you've been in a relationship for 2 years. Facebook will say, "Did you know about Facebook dating?"
Right,
it's gonna pop up in your feed. Oh, well, Facebook,
So Taylor, how we doing?
7:52.
Time to go. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay. Well, she said Taylor said 5. So there, Kim.
I know you're overruled. So right.
Okay,
so if someone wants to get in contact with you, if they when is y'all's monthly meetings for the Black Love group? I've renamed it. I'm sorry.
It's Bridging Black Love.
Bridging Black Love. So once a month you guys are meeting.
We are getting that scheduled, but
Okay.
we currently have a YouTube channel. They can find us on YouTube.
Okay,
Bridging
so-
Black Love or Facebook.
Okay, Bridging Black Love on YouTube or Facebook. And so you guys are probably looking for more. Is it the membership free? Is
Yes, free membership on Facebook.
Okay, neat.
Join
Okay.
us, talk, add commentary.
Okay,
Do it all.
so that's awesome. And so but eventually it will have a meeting spot.
So we won't be in person because she's in Washington and I'm here.
Oh, Washington
so we
State
do
or Washington
virtual,
DC?
Washington State.
Okay, I'm from Washington
Oh,
State.
really?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
awesome.
Maybe we'll have to have you come back and Skype the whole thing and have a
I lived in
conversation.
Washington
Yeah.
State. I moved from Washington State to Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty neat. Okay.
Very small room.
Very, very small. And then look at Oakland roots. We were
Mhm.
talking about that ahead of time. I went to Oakland Tech. My dad,
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
security up there,
Oh, wow.
making sure we
I was
were
a
getting the
police
class.
officer in San Francisco, not in Oakland. But
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so you're from Oakland. So, but how can people get in contact with you? All that fun stuff. And like I said, she's also a real estate agent and a lender. And so how can they reach out
so
to
Facebook, Misha Miller, or Mortgages by Misha on Instagram and Facebook. But then also, like I said, Bridging Black Love on YouTube and Facebook.
Love it. Love
Yes.
it.
Oh, yes, it's MESHA.
Misha Miller.
that's that. And
Mhm.
MESHA,
The
Mortgages
Misha
by
Miller.
Misha.
Yes,
know.
right. Yeah.
And-
Mortgages by Misha.
And I love that name. That's
Thank
catchy.
you. Thank
know.
you.
Yes.
You know.
MM.
So we're being given the lazy eye by our producer and our engineer. So
And look, they've been shaming me. I've been
I
sipping
know.
my red
So,
wine throughout this whole conversation. Like they
thank
got to
you.
catch up to me.
yeah, and as the clock on the wall says, we don't have to go home, but we got to get the out of here.
That's right.
all
That's
right.
right.
So on behalf of Misha and Charlie and Kim and Taylor, we will see y'all next Wednesday. Charlie, you want to take us out?
Yeah, because you have to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you cannot love
Anybody else?
anybody else. There you have it.
So we will see y'all next Wednesday. And until next Wednesday, same facts time, same facts channel. I was getting
7-ish.
I was getting evil eye from I was getting evil eye from Kim again. So
Yeah. We pop up about 7-ish.
7-ish,
We
you know,
working hard on
we're
it.
working on it. We really are. Until next week, 7-ish. We'll see y'all.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
Thank you
Hey,
so
this is
much.
Charlie.
You're welcome.
This is JR. Host of Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR. Broadcasting live each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. from Fishbowl Studios.
Log on to hear us speaking the facts on current events, family, and finances.
So be sure to log on